Hello everyone. Well, the dollar remained in a narrow range as the market looked for some new sources of inspiration. Some Syria risk crept back in as Syrian President Assad started to put preconditions on his participation in the chemical arms deal, and stock markets moved lower, but gold also moved lower nonetheless. It broke below the strong support area between the 1347 level and the 50% Fibonacci retracement level of the previous upward move, which is 1353. For the moment, it's finding support at the 1320 level, but if the downward bias continues, I expect the price to break that barrier and slip towards support at 1271. The MACD oscillator lies below its trigger line in a bearish territory, which increases the odds that it will continue to decline. On the other hand, the NOK, the Norwegian krone, was the biggest winner of the day. The country's economic indicators are beating consensus by the most of any major country, according to the City Economic Surprise Index, and probably beating the emerging market countries too, looking at what the overall EM index is, although I haven't checked each country's surprise index individually. Norway's surprisingly good economic performance recently makes me think that the Norges Bank could be the next central bank after New Zealand to change to a tightening bias when it meets next Thursday. Since the Bank of Japan will probably be the last central bank to change policy, long Noki against the yen could be a profitable play. For today, the Eurozone finance ministers meeting in Lithuania is the only thing on the calendar for Europe, for the continent at least. The main items on their agenda will be growth and financial stability in the Eurozone, as well as the financial situation of Greece and the status of the bailout program for Cyprus. In the US, the focus will be on retail sales for August. Market expectations for the headline figure of a rise of 0.5% month on month. That would be an acceleration from plus 0.2% month on month in July. On the other hand, though, the closely followed retail sales, excluding autos and gasoline, are expected to decelerate to plus 0.3% month on month from plus 0.4% month on month previously. Shortly afterwards, the U of M Consumer Sentiment Index for September is expected to fall just by 0.1%, 0.1 point to 82.0. Weakness in these two important indicators could cause some investors to question U.S. growth prospects and thereby weaken the dollar a bit. This is Marshall Gittler, head of Global FX Strategy at Dynamics, wishing you solid trading.